winter didn't just arrive that year. It conquered. During World War II, prisoners were packed into trains, their names replaced by numbers, their futures reduced to silence. The cold was not just weather. It was a weapon. Inside one of those trains, a group of old men sat trembling, their bodies too weak to fight what was coming. No blankets, no mercy, just time, slowly freezing them alive. The soldiers stopped for the night. They lit fires for themselves. They drank warm water. The prisoners, they were left to the cold. At first, no one moved, because survival does something strange to people. It makes them smaller, quieter, more focused on self than soul. But then, one young man stood up. Not because he was strong, not because he was safe, but because someone else was suffering more. He walked to an injured old man, his hands stiff, his breath fading, and he began to rub them, slowly, firmly, relentlessly. Minutes turned into hours. The others watched, confused, indifferent. Some even thought he was wasting his strength, because in a place like that, kindness feels like a mistake. But he didn't stop. He rubbed the old man's hands, then his feet, then back to his hands again, through the night, while the coal kept taking lives one by one. And something invisible began to happen. The old man stayed alive, and so did the young man. Morning came. The soldiers returned, and what they saw was silence, bodies frozen where they sat. Dreams ended without goodbye. But two men were still breathing, the old man and the one who refused to let him die alone. It took time for the truth to become clear. The young man wasn't just saving the old man. He was saving himself. Every movement, every act of warmth, every second of giving had kept his own blood flowing, his own body alive. Goodness is not sacrifice in the way we think. It is not loss. It is not weakness. It is survival at its highest level. Because when you give warmth, you create it. When you protect life, you strengthen your own. When you refuse to become cold inside, the world cannot freeze you outside. Deep quotes. If you have to support yourself, you'd better find some way that is going to be interesting. Katharine Hepburn. No one has ever become poor by giving. Anne Frank. Kindness is a language which the deaf can hear and the blind can see. Mark Twain. Be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting a hard battle. Plato. Love and compassion are necessities, not luxuries. Without them, humanity cannot survive. Dalai Lama. Tenderness and kindness are not signs of weakness and despair, but manifestations of strength and resolution. Khalil Gibran. Kindness is not a business. True kindness expects nothing in return. Roy T. Bennett. When we give cheerfully and accept gratefully, everyone is blessed. Maya Angelou. Goodness cannot be measured like money. It doesn't sit in your hands. It moves through them. It shapes your character. It sharpens your mind. It gives your life weight and direction. And sometimes, in ways you may never see, it comes back not as a reward, but as survival. Be good, not because the world is kind, but because one day your goodness might be the only thing keeping you alive.